hey, welcome back to another speed duel deck profile. Hey, today we're gonna get the Marik skill, pulling the string. This is a skill that's pretty good once you don't play it like the way it's intended, right? So the whole point of this deck was to give your opponent's card and then take it back and then attack with it. And then you realize that's just really bad and you actually don't want to do that. I think the best way you play this deck, like it turns out what every Marik skill is, you just play this as a pure burn deck. That's what you do. You don't try to actually play this deck with its actual intended. You do a bunch of weird burn gimmicks instead. So that's what we're doing with this deck. So we are playing. So this deck does like two things. It technically does three things. So once per turn, you can give one face-up monster you control to your opponent, right? They keep it cannot be tributed, so they can't econ it or tribute it for like any like a Jinzo or anything like that. And then once per duel, if your opponent owns a monster that's originally yours, you can pop it. You can pop it to draw one card and inflict 500 damage. No, you just pop it to inflict 500 damage, and then you don't take effect damage for the rest of the duel. Is it effect damage? You don't take damage from cards you own for the rest of the duel, which is alright. Sure, that's fine. I don't care. You don't really care about that. The main thing is that you just want to give your opponent's cards, right? So we are playing triple lava golem. This just burns for 1k. Like I said, we're just playing this as a pure burn deck, right? To make your opponent just lose life points. We're playing triple lava golem. We're playing triple vortex trooper. This is part of when you want to give your opponent the monster to the pop. So this on summon, you put back 2 cards, draw 2 new cards, and when this card is destroyed, you draw a card, right? We're playing one Witch of the Black Forest. This is just another card. I mean, I feel this uses to fill up the 20th slot, right, for this deck. So Witch of the Black can search for your vortex. Like it just really lets you recycle your hand, right, to get your main card for this deck in order to do the burn. Right, these cards are pretty much cuttable if you want, right? Because the main card of our deck is this guy, Mist Archfiend. So if you guys don't know what this card does, so he's a level 5 monster, right? With 2400 attack, 0 defense. So that's why we're playing Witch to search him. But he has an effect where you can normal summon without tributing, right? But if you do during the end phase of the turn, this card kills himself, and then you take 1000 damage. So the way that the ruling for this card works, that if you normal summon him and then give it, and then you do activate like some kind of like swapping effects, like creature swap or something like that, or use the skill to give it to him during the end phase, he will blow himself up, and then your opponent, the card's current controller, will take 1000 damage. So that is pretty cool. So that's what we're doing. But he can only does this on normal. It's not during every end phase. If he was during every end phase, we could have done so much cool stuff with him, but it is sadly not. So we're playing triple of him. Also, he's just a 24 beater if worse comes to shove, right? So that's a thing you can do. But yeah, we are pretty much abusing these guys to burn, right? Because if you summon this thing 3 times, you pretty much should have game, because you have done like 3000 damage off of him, right? So I said we're stalling into that. So 3 swords, 3 lava coup, 3 windstorm. Like I said, these are all just your stall cards, right? So you can slowly burn your opponent down, right? We don't play Quaking Mirror Force, obviously, because we don't want our opponents to book to flip the lava golem face time. We want them to take the burn, right? And then finally, our limit 1 is Nightmare Wheel. Nightmare Wheel's classic burn card, you know, right? Nothing much to say about this card. It's good, right? You deal 500 damage, right? So yeah, that's the whole point of the deck. We play as a burn deck. There are some cards you can kind of like. One of the things I've been theory testing is taking this out and playing triple of any Archfiend monster, mainly Shadow Archfiend. So all the Archfiend monster has a maintenance cost, where it has a non-optional effect where during their standby phase they have to pay X amount to keep it on board. Right, so you can play those to force your opponent to pay to reduce their life points. And Shadow Archfiend, I believe, is like the highest cost in the game, where, or at least in this format, where they have to pay 900 during each of their standby phases. That's another theoretical additional burn that you can do with the card. But yeah, that's the deck. Extra deck is pretty irrelevant. There's a bunch of Awakening Dragon cards. When you don't play Awakening Dragon, we use Senshi, Drillroy, Voltron, Dragoon, Cyberhead, Master of Oz. So it's just a bunch of Awakening Dragon cards. You know what's the point of that? They exist there. But yeah, that's the point. Like I said, there's another. I said once again, Marik deck is just another burn deck. It turns out. Ooh, wow. Who could have seen that? How would they keep designing cards like this? You know, right? But yeah, that's the deck. I think this deck is pretty cool. Like I said, you do have a lot of like ways to test to flex, but I think the Mist Archfiend is like the best way to burn your opponent. Get like an extra 1k burn for free, which is pretty sick because of that. All right, that's the deck profile. Thanks for watching. Like always, if there's a deck you guys want to see, comment down below. I'll try to get to it eventually at some point. I got a bunch of these lined up. All right, thanks for watching. Okay, thanks, bye.